Hi, my name is Thomas Tucker, and I'm giving a demonstrative speech on how to replace a turbo on a Ford 7.3 engine. In this speech, I will demonstrate how to inspect your turbo, prepare it for installation, and install the new turbo. It is important to have a plan to fix a certain thing, such as a turbo, in case it breaks, so you aren't left in the dark. So you have a plan on how to fix it. Personally, I had to replace my turbo less than a year ago because it wasn't acting right, and I didn't know the steps to do this, so that's why I'm giving this in my speech today. The first thing is to inspect your old turbo to see if it's failing or if it needs to be replaced. The turbo is lubricated by oil, so you want to make sure you have the proper air or oil flow through it, so that way it stays lubricated. Another thing to look for is for foreign material in your turbo, like dust, gravel, leaves, anything that can cause obstructions to your turbo or abrasive wear to your turbo, your compressor wheel, to possibly crack it or chip it or make it off balance. Some other things would be check warning lights on your newer diesels, which would be like a little yellow check engine lights showing that something is wrong with your engine. Some other warning systems would be the boost gauge in most turbos, or most diesel trucks with turbos. It shows how much boost your turbo is making. And if it's not making the same amount of boost as it once was, then your turbo might be failing. Another would be smoking. If you have a turbo whose seals are out, like mine was, it was making some blue-white smoke, and it'd be spitting out oil out of the exhaust because the seals are out, so they can't keep the oil contained inside the turbo. Essentially, you have to check all your systems, your fuel system, your air system, your oil system, and everything before you suspect that the turbo is being replaced, or needs to be replaced. If all those other systems are fine, you take the air intake off to your turbo, and you look in here. This is the cold intake housing. And you look at the wheel, make sure there's nothing obstructing it, there's no scratches, nicks. Make sure it spins freely, and if it's not, then you might have a bearing out, which would cause it to not work efficiently or properly and can cause further harm to your engine. Now that I have told you how to inspect your turbo, it's time to take out the old one to prepare for the new one. Take out the old one, you got to disconnect the battery cables, and you want a metric set of sockets and some screwdrivers for disassembling this. You want to take the spider off after you've disconnected the cables, which is the air intake. It's an X-shaped intake on top of the engine, and then you want to take it out of the boots for the intake, and you want to take the clamp off, connecting it to the turbo right here. And you want to discard the O-ring that's in here because you'll get a new one with your new turbo. And then you take off the solenoid that's attached to the spider and all the other wire connections. And then when you get to the turbo, you want to take off the clamps that hold onto the exhaust housing and the up pipe right here. So that way you can dislodge the turbo. Now, from personal experience, you want to use some WD-40 for those clamps because all the heat will cause it to stick, and the clamps can be very difficult to break free. Once you get the clamps free, you can undo the two bolts that hold the turbo down right there in those two holes in the middle, and then you can lift your turbo out and remove it. Now, moving on to the second part of my speech, inspecting your new turbo. For inspecting your new turbo, you want to make sure all of these black bolts are tight and not loose, because that'll cause uneven wear and vibration in your turbo. Second thing is you want to lubricate your turbo with oil, new clean oil, to make sure it's lubricated. You pour oil in these two ports right here, and then you spin the compressor wheel around to lubricate the oil. Now once you've done that, you are ready for installation of your turbo. To install, it's very similar to taking out your old turbo. You have to take and install the new turbo, put it in, if you're just doing the new turbo. If you need to do a new turbo pedestal, which is what the turbo sits on, you will need to undo 4 bolts that mount this down and discard the O-rings on the top where the turbo sits. After doing that, you get your new turbo pedestal. You can put that in first and then bolt it down to 60 pounds of torque. And then you can set your turbo on there, making sure that your O-rings aren't pinched or not sitting right. Then you line your 2 bolts up, and then you put them in. Don't tighten them down yet. So once you got the turbo on and secured but not fully tightened, you want to line up your up pipe and your exhaust housing pipes, and then you install those clamps and you tighten them down fully. Now you can tighten down the 2 bolts holding the turbo on the pedestal fully. Once you do that, you grab the spider, which is the intake for the air for the intercooler, and there's an O-ring that sits in here, and then you clamp that down. After you've put the spider in there, its boots, and tighten the clamps down also. Then you connect the solenoids and all the wire connections, and then you can make sure it's all tightened down, nothing's loose. And then hook the battery cables back up, and then you can test your turbo by cycling the key to get oil to pump up through the turbo first, and then you start the truck. Don't rev it up, let it idle for about 20 minutes to make sure there's proper oil flow and you get all the bubbles out of the hydraulic or the oil system in the turbo, so that way it's lubricated and it's not airlocked. Once you've done that and you feel like it's working properly, take it for a test drive down the road, and you will see that the boost will be better, the responsiveness of the engine, there won't be any wrong noises. You'll have the power you once had with this new turbo. Thank you. In summary, I have demonstrated how to inspect your turbo if it needs replaced, how to prepare your new turbo for installation, and how to install your new turbo. Thank you.